things in human life which are important. The first is to be kind. The second is to be kind. And the third is to be kind.
We started getting reports of animals being dumped here in Ahoskie, all of them right here behind the Piggly Wiggly shopping center. That kind of started the whole thing. The dogs and cats, they were partially frozen. There was rumors got out about the local Chinese place using the dogs for food. Really hurt his business tremendously.
There are 2 PETA employees who right now are facing a total of 50 felonies for animal cruelty and some other charges in North Carolina.
They would come down to this area, Ahoskie, and pick up some animals and take them back to their place in Norfolk, where we assumed that they were trying to find homes for them.
Less than an hour later, all the animals, 31 of them in all, were dead. Killed in the back of a PETA-owned van driving down the highway. And then these 2 had the gall to put the bodies in a trash bag, throw them in a dumpster behind a grocery store.
I'm just devastated, and all that I wanted to do was help the animals in the community.
Hinkle and Cook's boss, who is PETA's founder, is defending her employees. At a news conference shortly after the arrests, Ingrid Newkirk did call the dumping of bodies, quote, hideous, but said nothing about the alleged deception used to obtain the animals.
What she did was wrong with the bodies, but she didn't cause suffering or pain or misery or anything like that.
That's the ethical treatment of animals that PETA stands for, apparently.
I was paged by the police department that afternoon, and they asked me to do an autopsy on one of the animals that they had found in this van, and it was a 6-month-old puppy that appeared to be just in absolute perfect health.
It's amazing to me that Ingrid has pictures of her with puppies and all this when their big thing is euthanizing.
Or not owning pets.
As our regular animal shelters know, actually caring for animals doesn't make you a lot of money. It's very hard to raise money saying, oh, we're going to care for the animals. But raising money saying, we're going to stick the screws to McDonald's, boy, for some reason people pay for that. You know, PETA's really very shrewd and savvy marketers.
PETA is the most retrograde organization there is out there on dog and cat issues right across the boards. They really have misled the public grossly on their positions on companion animals. And the business in North Carolina is probably the 15th time in 15 years or thereabouts that something similar has been brought to our attention involving PETA. This time, finally, somebody's going to trial.
So why don't they try to find animals homes? They tell us they're going to try to find homes, but they took and killed them. And then after this came to light, we found out that Norfolk up there, Norfolk PETA group, finds homes for about 13% of their animals, when the other humane societies in that area tend to find homes for 85, 75, or 65% of their animals. So they're finding homes for very few and basically killing a great deal of what they bring in.
This is PETA's animal record for 2003 from the state of Virginia. PETA in that year killed 1,911 animals. Now, they spayed and neutered a lot. They spayed and neutered about 6,000 or so. But they took in 2,225 animals. They killed 1,911 of them. What is that, about 85%, 84%? I'm just flabbergasted that PETA kills animals. You wouldn't think it's true, but it is.
I mean, it is sort of a death cult, too. You have to understand that the premise of what they do at PETA is we have to kill them to save them. Because people are bad, these animals are in trouble, so we have to take care of them. We have to do society's dirty work.
We don't take that too kindly here in northeastern North Carolina.
Very, very disturbing. When I saw that PETA was trying to put a spin saying that they were teaching humane euthanasia.
If PETA is nothing else, it's the master of spin. PETA can take its worst press day and turn it into a victory for animals. And I think it'll do that with North Carolina.
We haven't gone down there to say, hello, we're an adoption agency. We're not. We are the shelter of last resort.
You know, it's not something I would personally do, but compassionately euthanize them. I don't like how they were very disrespectful to bodies afterwards, but those animals had a much grimmer fate awaiting them.
What's so interesting about that organization is that they will talk about ending suffering all the time. They will never talk about saving a life. And if you read the website, on the website it says the kindest thing you can do for a cat that doesn't have a home is take it into a shelter and have it humanely euthanized.
You know, if you're killing an animal, I don't care if it's to beautiful music. I don't care if it's with pretty floral wallpaper. I don't care if they're killed on velvet sheets. They're killed. And that is not our right. It is not ours.